What's up, Blade fam? So today we're here at Goose Gosh's skate park in Colorado Springs, and we're going to be covering how to 360 in both directions. Without any further ado, let's get into it. Alright guys, so in order to learn how to 360, I strongly recommend you have a good foundation in just skating in and of itself. The way I like to throw 360s is really a 180. There's different ways, you could just go for it all the way around and 360, and there's a time and a place for that. But if you're really wanting to learn how to throw steezed out grabs, double grabs, or just a very unique way of throwing a 360, this is going to be the video for you. So let's cover the pop. The jump is probably the most important part of this. The rotation will happen in the air, and the way you get up into the air is very important. If you're off axis in any way, that's going to lead to an imbalanced 360, and it could lead to a fall. If you're leaning too far forward and rotating, you're going to land with forward momentum and cause you to buckle. And the same thing can be said if you're leaning too far back. If you throw your 360 and you're leaning back, you're going to go really cool looking up into the air, but when you land, all of your weight again will be behind you. In this video, we're going to show you exactly what it means to pop, rotate, and then land. So the pop, as you approach this, we're going to learn first how to jump off the ground without our skates, and then we're going to put our skates on. So this might be a little bit of a longer tutorial, but in this video, I'm trying to take the time to teach you guys everything that I've learned to make this spin and jumping and rotating in the air safe and effective, and it looks awesome. So with the pop, when I say to pop, a lot of people when they're jumping, they're thinking of jumping out. And there's a time and a place to do that. But in general, if you're skating parks, the transitions are built and designed for you to carry your momentum off of the top. So you don't really have to jump out, you want to jump up. A pop is going to come from the ground and you're going to push up through the top of your head. So envision a spring-like motion, as if when you're condensing down, all of your pressure is going down into the ground, and then when you reach about parallel, you're going to pop straight up. You're going to articulate your ankles and your knees and get a really clean popping motion. So give that a couple of tries before you begin to rotate or put your skates on. Now let's get some rotation going. If you haven't seen it already, I've covered how to 180. And what that teaches you is which shoulder you're going to look over. So as in my case, I spin to my left. So when I first pop, I'm thinking 180, and then I'm going to drop this shoulder and 180 again. That'll have me landing into a staggered stance, so that way I'm balanced. So it'll look like as I'm approaching my obstacle, I center up, I pop, and I'm going 1, 2. So my center axis point stays there. Notice the foot, 1, 2. So all in live time, I use the feet as a propeller. So if you spin the other way, notice I jumped 360, but I landed exactly where I took off. In my head, I think 180, 180. It breaks down to being able to do steezed out 180 Luke Hangs, stales, safeties, mutes, whatever. All right, so let's get the blades on and see if we can get some spins going. I'm done. Alright guys, now that we got our skates on, let's throw some 360s. Remember, it's all about the pop. It's about having that proper timing in your rotation and remembering to spot what you're doing when you land. That's the coolest thing about 360s, is as you come around, you have a moment of blindness, but then you gotta look over your shoulder and see where you're gonna land. So we're gonna just jump, throw our arm, remember what we learned about the air control, trying to pop straight up and rotate. Here we go. So as I'm approaching, I'm gonna pop, That's the right. Now let's go switch. Something I really practice is articulating my neck, shoulders, hips, knees, toes. What it does is it helps you spot your landing before you even get there. You can see your rotation, and ultimately I think it just looks awesome when you've got the top half of your body spinning in one way while the other half is following through. So again, we're popping. Remember to stomp your feet when you land. Keep that center of gravity. The more your head is over your knees and your feet, you're gonna stay in a balanced way. You can suck your knees up. That'll help you have a little bit more height in your rotation. So after you've got it on the ground, the next progression that you can make is you can find a wedge or a pyramid structure like this, where even though you're throwing a 360, it's kind of shortened. I'll show you what I mean. So as you see, it's a 360, but it's kind of shorter. It's like a 270 because of this angle direction, which leads to a really good way of learning how to do this on a transition or a bank. So you're coming up, and as you pop, you're already gonna look over your shoulder and see your landing. We'll go both directions with this, give you a demo. In a pyramid situation, that would be going from 1 to 2. Kind of like how we spoke in my 180 video of building up how you're skating further and further. Once you've mastered this type of transition, on we go. Let's go to this little pyramid. So here we have a very basic ramp or wedge or a pyramid. Before you get to jumping and throwing 360s, maybe take a couple rolls down the bank, feeling the transition point. So what I would do is just kind of hop and absorb. And what that will teach you is just generally how the bank is going to feel. Once you've done that, you can just get a quick air, just get that pop. Now to throw the spin. Now remember, you've already landed on this. The mind likes to play a little bit of tricks on you. You know, you're rotating, you're thinking, oh, what if I mess this up? And that's where the visualization comes back in. If you're already visualizing that you're gonna mess up, you're gonna mess up. I had to learn that a hard way, and I'm still learning it. Visualize yourself landing, you're probably gonna land. Okay, so there we have it. Popped it, got it over the pyramid. You know, this is a shorter pyramid, so as you progress, you're gonna have to increase your speed. It's all about confidence. If you master the little things, and as you build your speed, you'll realize that it's all the same. It doesn't matter if it's a big ramp, big drop, little drop. Your point of gravity and your bubble that you're skating in is you. And that's where the beauty comes in. You know, these guys that are throwing ridiculous 360s over kickers and big gaps and such, they're in control of themselves. It doesn't matter what the obstacle is. So I hope you found these tips useful. Go out and try, have fun. Remember to spot your landing. My homie Kevin LeBron gave me just the best advice about spinning, and this guy can crank them, man. 900s like all day. And he said, you know, it's just a matter of spotting your spin. All right, guys, so thanks again for all of the love and support. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and check us out on Instagram and Facebook at Acosta Blades. Till next time, keep the blade alive. Aloha. All right, another fun way you can practice 360s is not only jumping off of things, is you can 360 up things. A little challenging, but it's fun. So you could roll up, 360 on, or you can just jump on, roll across, and 3 off.